I'm 90 years old now, and there's something strange about reaching this age. You start noticing how fast everything really happened. When you're young, life feels endless. Days feel long. Years feel distant. Old age feels like a story that belongs to someone else, but somewhere along the way, something changes. One day you wake up and realize something you never expected. Your youth didn't slowly fade away, it disappeared, almost like you blinked, and suddenly it was gone. The illusion of endless time. When I was 20, I believed time moved slowly. I remember sitting with my friends late at night, talking about everything we were going to do with our lives. We had plans, big ones: travel the world, start businesses, build families, become the people we imagined we could be. And the most dangerous belief we shared was this: we thought we had time, plenty of it. Time to make mistakes, time to delay dreams, time to call people later, time to say things tomorrow. Time felt like something that would always be there, but time doesn't work that way. The first blink. Your 20s pass quietly. You're busy figuring things out: work, relationships, responsibility. You tell yourself life hasn't really started yet. This is just preparation. The real life will begin soon. But then your 30s arrive and something feels different. The world suddenly expects more from you: career, family, bills, deadlines. Your days fill up quickly, and without noticing it, life becomes busy, very busy. The years that disappear. Your 30s and 40s are the years when life moves the fastest. You wake up early, work long days, try to build something stable. You keep telling yourself you're doing it for the future, for security, for the people you love. And again, that belief returns: I'll slow down later. You postpone small joys. You skip quiet moments. You rush through conversations because you think you're building a better tomorrow. But while you're chasing tomorrow, today quietly disappears. The moment that surprised me. I remember the exact moment I realized something was changing. I was standing in front of a mirror one morning, getting ready for work, and I noticed something small. A few grey hairs. At first, I laughed. It didn't seem important. But then I looked a little closer. My face looked different. Not old, but no longer young. That's when the first uncomfortable thought crossed my mind. Where did the time go? Life happens. While you're busy, the truth is youth doesn't disappear all at once. It leaves quietly, one ordinary day at a time. You're busy working, busy planning, busy solving problems. And while you're doing all of that, life keeps moving. Your parents grow older. Your children grow up. Friends you once saw every week slowly drift away, not because you stopped caring, but because everyone became busy. Life didn't stop. It simply moved forward without waiting. The second blink. Your 50s arrive faster than you expect. By now, you've built something: a career, a routine, maybe even success. But something inside you starts asking different questions. Questions you never asked when you were younger. Was all this rushing necessary? Did I spend enough time with the people who mattered? Did I enjoy the journey, or was I always racing toward the next destination? These questions come quietly, usually late at night, when the world is silent. The realization: the older you get, the clearer something becomes. Youth was never meant to last forever, but most of us waste it as if it will. We assume we'll have more chances, more time, more energy, more opportunities to live the life we imagined. But life doesn't offer unlimited chances. Some doors quietly close as the years pass, not dramatically, just naturally. And one day, you look back and realize something surprising. The years you thought you were just getting started were actually the best years you had. The most dangerous habit. If I could name the one habit that steals youth faster than anything else, it would be postponing life. I'll travel later. I'll spend more time with my family later. I'll slow down later. I'll enjoy life later. Later becomes a comfortable promise, but later has a strange habit. It keeps moving further away until eventually later becomes never. The day I truly understood. I understood this lesson the day my grandson asked me a simple question. He was about 10 years old, curious about everything. He looked at an old photograph of me when I was young, and he asked, "Grandpa, was that really you?" I smiled and said yes. Then he asked something that made me pause. What was it like being young? I started explaining. The energy, the dreams, the excitement of believing anything was possible. But while I was talking, something unexpected happened. I realized how distant those memories felt, like they belonged to someone else. That's when the truth hit me. My youth hadn't slowly disappeared. It had slipped away while I was busy living my routine. What youth actually is youth isn't just about age, it's about energy, curiosity, freedom to explore, freedom to make mistakes, freedom to change direction. But most people spend those years trying to rush into stability. We try to become serious adults too quickly. We trade exploration for routine, adventure for security. And by the time we realize what we traded, those years are already behind us. The advice I wish I heard. If I could speak to the younger version of myself, I wouldn't give complicated advice. I'd say something simple. Don't rush through your life. Work hard, be responsible, but don't let responsibility steal the moments that make life meaningful. Call your parents, spend time with friends, take the trip you keep postponing, sit with people you love without checking the time. Because one day, you'll wish you had more of those ordinary moments, the final truth. Now that I'm 90, I've learned something most people only understand when it's too late. Life doesn't move slowly, it moves quietly. Years don't announce themselves when they pass. They simply disappear into memory. And one day you wake up and realize something incredible. The life you thought was still ahead of you has already happened. I blinked, and my youth was gone. So if you're listening to this while you're still young, don't ignore this truth. Time is moving whether you notice it or not. Don't wait until you're old to start living the life you imagined, because youth isn't something you get back. Once it's gone, it's gone.